It's just making my heart happy. Why am I like, oh, the detectives did it? No. Oh my god. Just talking about the characters that make me feel so safe. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be so much fun because I love my reading vlogs, okay? We know them, we love them. I feel like it's wrong to be just consistently feeding you guys reading vlogs after reading vlogs with no actual purpose or challenge behind it. So I decided today I was going to do a little reading vlog with a challenge kind of mixed on into there. So basically in today's vlog we are going to be seeing how many pages I can read in a week. I'm just going to try to read what I normally read in a week, and we're going to see how many pages I can get through this week and how many pages I normally can read in a week. I do have a little TBR for this video, so let's go ahead and let's go through the TBR before we actually get on into the actual content of this video, because I feel like I just need to break down what books I'm going to be reading in this video before we move on to all the fun stuff, okay? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize literally all the books that I picked to be on the TBR for this video are all pink. And not only that, I'm also wearing a pink jacket and I have a pink smoothie. I feel like you guys wouldn't believe me if I said my favorite color isn't pink, because this is insane. I have 4 books on the TBR for this video. I'll probably only get through like 2 or 3 of them, but I do have 4 just because, you know, just for good measure. The first book on the TBR is A Court of Wings and Ruin. This book is the 3rd in the Capcut series, and I have been wanting to read this for literally so long, but I've always been so scared to actually get into it because it's such a long book. Like, let's see how many pages this is. 600 pages, almost 700 actually. Then next up we have Before She Disappeared. I picked this book just simply because it's a pretty short thriller book, and I feel like if I get into a book slump throughout this video, I'll just pick a thriller book to kind of crawl me out of that space. Next book is That Summer by Jennifer Weiner. This is just like a general fiction book, so I feel like it could be pretty simple to read. Then last but not least, we have Not a Happy Family by Sherry LaPena. This book I actually DNF'd about a year ago, but not for any particular reason. I just wanted to read a different book more than this book at the time. And that is our TBR all complete. Take a wild guess at what book I'm going to read first. Literally, I think it's so obvious, but I'm going to start with A Court of Wings and Ruin. This book I've been wanting to read, like I said, for so long now, so I feel like now is the perfect time. I don't know if I'll get through all this book in this video, but I'll definitely let you guys know, because that's kind of the whole point of a reading vlog. I probably will just read this book today, and then tomorrow I'll move on to a different book, even if I'm not finished with this one. But let's go ahead and let's start reading A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. Happy but gladly, finally healing from horrors I carefully divulged. I feel like Sarah J. Maas has such a perfect way of writing female main characters. The same way she wrote Selena in the Throne of Glass series, I feel like that's the like comparable one for me. It's like these characters go through so much, but the author has such a perfect way of conveying like not only the horrible things the characters went through, but also like the healing process. It's already gonna make me cry and we're only on chapter 1, so I don't know. It also just feels so great to be like back in this world and back with these characters. Like there's literally something so special about it, because this is like one of my comfort series, and I've always been like so nervous to start this book because it's such a long book, but I love the characters so much. Okay, I need to keep reading, but it's already like bringing emotions out of me that like I didn't know I had. Like this is insane. It's been so long since I've been with these characters in this book that literally every single thing that's occurring, I'm just like, like I'm literally gasping. But it's just because I literally haven't like spent any time with these characters and like been in this world in so long now. Okay, does this lighting help you guys see me any better? Like relearning their backstories and relearning their personalities and friendships and relationships, it's seriously like, it's just making my heart happy, even though there's so many like unsolved things in this book, and obviously it's a heavy book, like it's not meant to be like cheerful. It's just so weird right now because everything that like each of these characters are battling with is so incredibly insane, and I'm just like thinking back to like reading the first book in this series and like kind of just how we started. I think it'll get easier as I go on into the book, but for right now I'm only like 100 pages into it, and it just like, it's still kind of difficult for me to understand. I feel like at some point in this video I said it would be like easy to comprehend because I already know the world, I already know the characters, and that still kind of stands true. I feel like it's been so long since I've been in this world and been with these characters, there is a little bit of building up that I need to have still. I kind of need to remember things, and like sometimes I find myself like reading something and like racking my brain like I forgot what they said at this part of the last book, so it's a little bit more difficult. I'm definitely going to try to get through so much more of this book tonight. I'm only 100 pages through, but I'll just see you guys tomorrow whenever I read maybe a little bit more of this book, maybe more of a different book. We'll see where tomorrow takes us, but I will check back in with you guys tomorrow whenever I'm ready to read some more pages. Got to the point where the detectives are here. I don't know, like it's all such a weird vibe. Why am I like, oh, the detectives did it? No, there is no possible way that the detectives did it. I'm just like, this book is giving such weird vibes. I don't know how to feel ever. Oh, it's like giving me anxiety and like confusing me so bad, but I love it so. The way that I'm literally picturing these detectives as the characters of Criminal Minds is horrible. It's so horrible. Gosh. Hey guys. My dog is going to be joining us because she's so cute and perfect. I literally could not pass up the opportunity to sit next to her right now, where she's just gonna be sleeping soundly in the background, okay? I do have a few updates for you guys because I did not expect to get that far through Not a Happy Family last night, but I did. Okay, and dare I say it, I might be able to finish that book today. I'm literally halfway through Not a Happy Family right now. I did not expect to read that much last night, but literally the story picked up so incredibly much once I sat the camera down. Nothing could have taken me out of this book. I honestly thought I was going to finish the entire book last night because I was just so hooked, but my eyes started burning, and you guys know how it gets, okay? When your eyes feel heavy and they're burning, you're like, oh my god, I want to keep reading, but I have to go to sleep. I decided to actually be responsible and go to sleep instead of staying up reading the book. So I'm gonna continue reading this today for sure. Like literally when Phoebe Bridgers said, "You've always had me walking on a string." Me in this book. Literally, I feel like I'm getting puppeteered by this book. Like, I cannot escape it. I've been thinking about it all day since the second that I woke up, and all that I want to do is read this book. And I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star book. I think it's just I haven't read a thriller or a mystery book in so long that I'm genuinely just like so engulfed in it, and I haven't felt this way in a while towards a book, so I'm really, really excited. I don't know. Oh my god. I'm literally like, who did this? Who did this? I want to know so bad. And also, very, very interesting how this book is written because you're following so many different POVs, but it doesn't really make it that difficult to follow because you're not following a singular person for a long time, like barely even a chapter's worth. before you skip to another person. So I don't know who did it, and I honestly don't have any guesses as to who did it either, because the further and further along we go into the story, the less I understand why things happened the way that they did. I don't want to keep talking, okay? I feel like I'm literally talking your ear off. Like, your ears are going to like start seeping down your face if I don't shut up in a second. But I think it's also really interesting to me personally because I love murder mysteries. Like, Criminal Minds is my new favorite TV show ever, and I love movies like Knives Out and that murder mystery movie that has my favorite people ever in it. I just love murder mysteries. They're my favorite thing ever, and I don't really like mystery books when they don't go into detail about like how they died, about like going to the different like autopsy place and then like learning the detective's POV. I don't like when thriller books or mystery books don't do that, but in this book, since you're getting the POV of the detectives, it is so interesting. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna continue reading Not a Happy Family. I want to finish this book today. I got to page 148 last night, chapter 27, and I definitely want to finish this book today. So I have around like 130 pages left, so I will just see you guys whenever I finish this book. You guys already know the drill, okay? This has got to come on. I don't know how I was reading with this cover on last night, but it started annoying me. I immediately have to take the cover off because like I need it to feel like an actual hardback. So I'll just see you guys whenever I finish this book. I honestly know exactly who did it. I don't know. I just feel like Ellen's acting so odd right now. What? Oh my god, wait, what? Hello everyone, it is officially update time because I have finally finished Not a Happy Family by Shari LaPena. This book I expected more from, and let me explain just a little bit, okay? Because this book was very fast paced. The whole time it had me on the edge of my seat trying to figure out like what the mystery was, like who did it. Like it was... That was a crazy catch. It was a good mystery throughout the whole book, but I feel like sometimes we just like continued repeating ourselves, and it was like getting really repetitive and boring at certain times, like further into the story. I think like the first half of the book was very fast paced and very like, oh my gosh, who did it? Like I need to know immediately. And then it kind of just slowed down. It felt like the book was dragged out a little bit. I don't think that it needed to be this long. I'm also not happy with the person that this author chose to be the person who did it. I don't think that the motives were correct or aligned right. I don't think that this person would even like have the guts to do that. So I don't like who did it, and I'm gonna pretend like that's not the person who did it because I'm just confused. I think I'm gonna give this book a 3 stars. It really was not anything groundbreaking for me. I felt like it was for a little bit there, and then it just slowed down a lot and it got kind of boring and repetitive, and I feel like it just wasn't enough for me. I don't know, I feel like this book just fell a little bit flat for me, so it's gonna sit at a 3 stars. Let's move on though, because I have some crazy fun news, okay? I'm so excited about this because I got a notification from Libby today. Basically, I put Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter on hold on Libby like 2 months ago now, and it's finally available for me to check out and borrow, and I'm so excited. So I have my Kindle literally right here, locked and loaded, okay, and I'm about to read Nothing Like the Movies. Nothing Like the Movies honestly has been one of my most anticipated releases, and I can't believe that I'm finally reading it. Like, it has been on hold for me for so long now, so I'm so excited that I finally have my hands on the book. I cannot wait to read it. If you guys don't know, Nothing Like the Movies is the sequel to let me go grab the book because I just love the book so much. I have to show it. This book I originally gave a 5 stars, but since then I've changed my rating for this book to a 4 stars. I feel like it was just like a little bit too YA for my liking. I kind of like books to be a little bit more serious than that, and I don't love reading about high school people, like high school characters, because I feel like they're just very immature sometimes. So I'm very, very excited to get into Nothing Like the Movies, which is the sequel. I believe this takes place when Liz and Wes are in college. I think their timeline was they broke up after high school, like when they were going to college, which is where you left off in this book. And I believe that that's what Nothing Like the Movies is going to be about, is them kind of getting back together, their whole breakup, what occurred, you know, them growing as people. Obviously, they were not fully fledged out people in Better Than the Movies because they were high school kids. Like, I was not expecting them to be fully fledged out, but I feel like Liz especially has a lot to work on with herself. I know that that sounds so rude and it's not meant to come off like that because I love Liz so much, but I feel like in Nothing Like the Movies I want to see some growth from Liz especially. Pretty sure that I will be able to finish Nothing Like the Movies in this video just because it's such an anticipated release for me, so I feel like I'll just read it really quickly. Let's see how many more pages we can get through today. Hello world, it is now Thursday. I have a few updates for you guys. Not much like filming actually occurring today, just simply because I want to relax, but I do have some updates for you guys on Nothing Like the Movies because I started that book last night. I'm loving it so far, okay? It just feels like the most perfect book for me. Literally every single reference they've made in the book, I've been like I get the references. Like, that's literally a first. I'm normally just like so out of the loop on everything. Anytime anyone makes a reference ever, I'm always like, oh, what is that? And then they have to like go through the hassle of like showing me what it is. And then my laugh or my relatability will be delayed. And then it's like, girl, you're not a relatable queen anymore, actually. So, and you never were. I literally swear it's so niche. Like, every reference they're making, I'm understanding it, and I'm so happy about that. I want to look at some of the things that I highlighted. My Kindle has been powered off and I don't have Wi-Fi over in the cabin, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to share all of the quotes that I've highlighted so far, and there's a lot of quotes that I've highlighted, okay? Like, I love filming, I love the whole editing process, I love taking photos, like all that stuff I'm so obsessed with, and I want to go to college for like cinematography stuff if I choose to go to college, by the way. But Liz in this book, literally that's exactly what she's doing. Like, she's at college, she's like taking photos for the sports team, like she loves the whole editing process. Like, my dream. Actually my dream. It says, because in addition to learning the ropes by doing things like labeling footage and holding the film crew stuff, the craziest thing had come out of my low-level production job. I discovered that in addition to music, I loved the process of taking flat footage of athletes in their habitat and tweaking it into a compelling story about the human experience. Like, if you were to talk to me about cameras or editing or anything like that, I will literally become a nerd in a split second, okay? Like, pushing up my glasses, I become a nerd. And it's weird because I've never read a book where one of the characters likes anything to do with cameras. The only other book that was kind of like that is The Catch, but this book deals with an influencer and she doesn't really like the whole like camera thing. It's more just like influencer vibes, so I didn't really like it that much. But this book, I love Liz so much. Anyways, this just made me like really sad for Wes. It says that these opportunities suddenly existed for me again after they'd all disappeared. This one I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. It says, Clark was my platonic soulmate. I was as comfortable with him as I was with myself, and sometimes it felt like we were just extensions of each other. This next quote I'm about to share was literally like the second that I realized, like, this is so niche. This is so like Bryn Green niche that it's actually insane. It says, it felt like I was on the precipice of everything finally happening, and it was impossible not to hum along to the You Could Start a Cult, my favorite song at the moment, that was playing in my headphones. So this one I was just like, oh my gosh, with the whole editing and like filming aspect, I was like, to a T, okay? It said, at first I sucked at all of it, and then I sucked less, because it scratched my creative itch. Just like music had the power to transform a moment in film, I realized that the way I captured an athlete with my camera had the power to create a story. Even though I was just a lackey in the department, I personally got a lot out of it. This other quote, I was like, okay, yet another niche reference to one of my favorite songs ever? Okay. Are you reading my brain, actually? Like, did I do a brain scan I didn't know about, and then, like, Lynn Painter, like, snatched that scan and was like, is that what happened here? Chapter 2, by the way. This is literally a quote from chapter 2. Ever Since New York played in my AirPods, an underrated Harry song, and also, in my opinion, a total slice of autumn. Okay, one of my like top 5 favorite Harry Styles songs. I was fangirling. I was literally geeking out. I was fangirling. I was like, oh my gosh. But I'm gonna try to finish the book today. I don't think that I have literally any issue with finishing the book today. Like, I think I can fly through it. It's one of those books where I'm enjoying it so much, and I have not enjoyed a rom-com this much in so long that it's absolutely insane. I'm so obsessed. I'm just gonna go lay in bed and read Nothing Like the Movies for the rest of the day. I literally made sure I got everything that I needed to do today, like, out of the way super early, so then I can just lay in the bed all the rest of the day and just read my book. I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow when I hopefully finish Nothing Like the Movie. Guys, it's winter in Florida. Okay, I can attest. I'm here, my hands are cold, my nose is cold. It's officially winter in Florida. It's 57. I'm acting like a literal little baby. I want to just like hibernate forever. That's like my vibe right now. Like, I would rather just hibernate. I have major news and major updates for you guys because I was reading on my Kindle last night. Like you guys know, I was reading Nothing Like the Movies. I actually finished that book last night. I think I started reading it at like 9 o'clock and I stayed up until around like 2 a.m. to finish the book. I actually give the book 5 stars. I loved it so much. I think when you compare it to the first book, Better Than the Movies, it's like miles better. And I feel like I need to explain that a little bit more because Better Than the Movies was a very good book for me. I still gave that book, I think, a 4.5 stars. But the difference between Better Than the Movies and Nothing Like the Movies is like astronomical because Nothing Like the Movies is truly like, I guess Nothing Like the Movies is just more like serious, and it really is like, hey, these characters are grown up and they have real issues happening now. Like, it's not so YA anymore. I don't know. I loved, basically if I had to summarize Nothing Like the Movies, it would just be like Wes literally being obsessed with Liz the entire time and like wanting to be back together with her. Like literally he was concocting a plan throughout the entire book to get back together with Liz. I love them so much. I feel like their chemistry is just so like easily believable that they would be together. There's just something about the characters that make me feel so safe when I'm reading the book because these are characters that I have been loving for so long, and it's just so crazy to be reading like a different story but the characters are the same. How many times do I have to say I loved it? I think it was so cute. I think that honestly it is one of my new favorite books of all time. We're gonna read Before She Disappeared by Lisa Gardner. This book I honestly think I can finish in a day. Which sounds crazy, but it's a pretty short thriller mystery book, and I feel like thriller mystery books especially I can read very fast. I'm just gonna read until I don't want to read anymore, no pressure. So basically this book is following this girl named Frankie who's like trying to solve these like cold cases that like obviously the cops don't care about anymore and everyone kind of moved on from. I guess the specific person that she's searching for, like there's obviously a lot of things unanswered going on, but it says, but Frankie will stop at nothing to discover the truth, even if it means the next person to go missing could be her. I don't know, I feel like this book is just going to be very fast paced and a simple read. I'm not expecting it to be a 5 stars, but I'm okay with that. Let's get into this book. This book starts like is so eerie. Hello everyone, I'm currently editing this video right now. So sorry that this is such a long video. I've been trying to put out longer content, but I'm like, I don't even know if you guys will watch this far into it. Anyways, I'm editing this video right now and I'm realizing I never filmed an outro. So welcome to my makeshift outro. This is bad quality right now because I'm recording through photo booth on a computer. So sorry about that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so very much. Make sure to follow all my socials, Instagram, description box down below. I have so much fun content coming, so please stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, do all those things that you know how to do. I feel like you guys know your way around the internet by now, so go ahead and subscribe. Okay, that's all. I will see you guys super soon. I love you. Bye.